Hello everyone. Last time we have seen details of model organism and criteria for choosing model organism. From today we will see the details of different kinds of model organisms that are used in the research. So first model organism, which is a invertebrate model organism, is Drosophila melanogaster. So Drosophila melanogaster as a model organism. Now, what is a model organism? Model organism is a non-human species that is extensively studied to understand particular biological phenomena with the expectation that discoveries made in the organism model will provide insight into the workings of other organisms. So, model organism is a non-human species and it is used to understand a particular biological principle in that particular model organism. With the expectation that the discoveries made in the model organism can be reciprocated into the other organisms so that we get the idea of how that particular biological phenomenon works in various kinds of organisms in the world. Now, following are the invertebrate and vertebrate animals that are used as a model organism. In that, today we are going to see the details of Drosophila melanogaster, advantages and disadvantages of Drosophila melanogaster as a model organism. So, invertebrate animals that are used as a model organisms include fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster, nematode worm, C. elegans. Then vertebrate animals, frog, Xenopus laevis, chicken, Gallus gallus, mouse, Mus musculus, zebrafish, Denio, plant model organism, Arabidopsis thaliana, prokaryotic model organism E. coli, and simple eukaryotic model organism yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So one by one we will see the details of model organisms. So first, Drosophila is a model organism. This Drosophila melanogaster has a common name, fruit fly. It was first chosen as a model organism by the geneticist, that is T.H. Morgan. So these are the diagrams for the Drosophila melanogaster. Male and female organisms are different. They have morphological differences. So by observing we can detect which is the male and which is the female Drosophila. Now the advantages of Drosophila melanogaster as a model organism. The first main advantage is it has a generation time of only 2 weeks and it produces many offsprings. So Drosophila melanogaster has generation time of only 2 weeks, which is about 8 to 14 days. Generation time is the time that is required for the conversion of an organism from egg to adult. So generation time is less. So large amount of organisms can be produced in the small period of time, and a large amount of organisms can be studied in the small period of time, which is the main advantage for any kind of experiment to be studied. The entire lifespan of Drosophila melanogaster is approximately 1 month in length. In addition, female flies can produce hundreds of offsprings within a couple of weeks, and those offspring become sexually mature within the first day of adulthood, enabling the life cycle to start over once again. So, as the generation time is only of 2 weeks, the entire lifespan of the organism is 1 month in length. So in if you set up the experiment in 1 month, you may get the results, or large amount of organisms or drosophilas can be produced mm, um, in small period of time. So set of experiments can be put in the small period of time. Embryos develop outside the mother's body As the embryos develop outside the mother's body, the identification as well as observation becomes very easy. Amenable to large-scale mutational screens to identify genes involved in particular functions, that is, forming the right body parts in the right place. So for a particular functions, we can identify the genes with the help of mutations. It is very easy to study mutations in the Drosophila melanogaster. When we do a mutation in a particular gene, the function of that gene may be disrupted. So by observing mutations, we can identify various kinds of genes having a particular functions. So flies with mutated versions of all genes in the genome have been isolated. So these are the various kinds of mutations that are produced in the Drosophila melanogaster. So by these mutations, we have identified different kinds of genes that are found in the Drosophila. So first is wild type of Drosophila, and others all are the mutant flies. By these mutant screens, we have identified various kinds of genes having particular functions. So second is a bar eye gene, bar eye mutant, cut wing mutant, rudimentary wings mutant, rotated abdomen, vestigial wings, curly wings, bithorax, digitae. So these are the different kinds of mutations that are produced in the Drosophila. And by using these mutations, we have identified the different kinds of genes in the Drosophila. Then there are vast amounts of information on its genes and other aspects of its biology is known. The genome has been sequenced and it contains 13,600 genes. Drosophila contains fewer genes than humans, indicating less overall genetic redundancy. So as they contain fewer genes, the identification of genes, identification of mutations, and identification of uh, functions of a particular genes becomes very easy, because as it contains low amount of genes, gene manipulation becomes easy. Then this genetic redundancy allows for simpler analysis when studying the effects of genes on the biological processes. These model organisms can be genetically modified and propagated quickly. The fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster is an excellent model system for studying the molecular mechanisms of replication, amplification, and cellular consequences of human viruses. The action of viral genes can be studied in the context of whole Drosophila tissues in vivo, which more closely models the cellular environment of viral infection. This is particularly valuable because the effects of the virus at different stages of development can be explored. The fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster is currently being used as genetic system for genetic system to model many human diseases such as Parkinson's disease, heritable cancer syndromes such as multiple endocrine neoplasia, and metabolic disorders like obesity, diabetes, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's disease. Then which are the limitations of Drosophila as a model organism to human biology? There are physiological differences between Drosophila and humans. There are many physiological differences between Drosophila and humans. Human viruses may be adapted for optimal function at 37 degrees Celsius. So, some viral proteins may be unable to function properly at temperatures lower than normal body human temperature. Since genomic conservation is not comprehensive between humans and fruit flies, some genes found in humans are absent in Drosophila genome, which could make it difficult to study some viruses that may require host factors that are not found in Drosophila cells. So thank you everyone. If you like the contents, please like, share and comment on the video. Thank you again.